let's talk about carbon credits on blockchain. So EY has started an Ethereum-based platform for enterprises to track their carbon emissions and carbon credit traceability. The EY Ops chain ESG made the announcement at the firm's Global Blockchain Summit in London. Zach, I'm going to kick this one off to you. I feel like this is like a little bit of a blast from the past.
Enterprise blockchain, it is back in a big way. We talked about, what was it, the Canton initiative yesterday. Now we're talking about carbon credits from EY. Yeah, the enterprise people never really went away. They just they get sort of buried in the mania and the hype of the bull market. But they're there, and then the mania and the hype like disappears, and it's like, oh, they're back, and they're like, no, we've been here the whole time. You just didn't care about us when you were trading Pepe coins. Like, we're here. So anyway, actually, it is funny that they're doing it while Pepe coin is popping. But yeah, enterprise, these ideas, they're not going away. Maybe they were too early last time around, and maybe this is the cycle where it finally clicks. But I'm not holding my breath. We got to see if it's going to actually work this time around. Just the creation of this thing doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be used or employed by many firms who are looking to solve some of these problems. And that's something that I think we saw with the last cycle, right? With supply chain tracking, getting those consortiums off the ground proved really, really difficult. So maybe after 3, 4, 5 years of continued advocacy for these technologies, it will work this time. But I mean, the proof will be in the pudding, and I got to throw it to Will for probably an even more bearish take than that, even though I'm slightly optimistic that it might work this time.
Slightly optimistic. I'll take that. So the first thing I thought about this is carbon credits are weird, but they seemingly do not go away. They've been talked about for quite a while. There seemed to be some sort of like technological and financial instrument to combat climate change. There's a lot of intersection with Bitcoin, a lot of intersection with cryptocurrency. A lot of Bitcoin miners actually have a lot of these crypto schemes, right? They're trying to like assign carbon credits and offsets for all like the renewable energy used and then like the non-renewable energy used, and you can purchase them in order to like offset whatever you have used that's based on like fossil fuels. I don't know. I don't really like it myself, but I think the point is they don't really go away. Like somehow they stick around because there are investors who really care about this stuff. So as long as there's a market, there's going to be a product. That's how I see these things. I almost see them as like separate from enterprise blockchain applications, because enterprise blockchain is a really big topic. It's a big technological solution to something that I don't think really needs to be answered. Here in the carbon credit thing, like they do use enterprise solutions often, like this EY chain, but it's for like a very specific purpose. So I think it could stick around for that reason. That being said, EY has launched blockchain products in the past, and they have sort of disappeared from the conversation. The one that I'm thinking off of the top of my head is Nightwatch, or is that Nightfall. It was like a private blockchain solution that EY built a few years ago, and I really haven't seen anything from it since it launched about 2 years ago. And I'd love to be fact checked. So if you do know anything about it, if you are like a big shill for EY blockchain solutions, hit me up on Twitter. But I think this could just be like in the dustbin of history pretty quickly unless they get some advocates on their side. Jen, to you.
Yeah, it was interesting to see EY's name pop up the day after Deloitte, right? Both in the big four, both I'm sure have big ESG KPIs to meet. And you know, maybe they're just, the ESG team is meeting with the innovation team and they're seeing how they can make things work together. Before we close off the show, Will, I want to know why you think carbon credits are weird.
Because it's like assigning money to someone for doing something good, but then that money is like transferred between people all the time without like anything established on the rules around it. A lot of these credit carbon schemes are built by like multitudes of different groups and then interchanged directly, and so there's not like really like one common standard for like what a carbon credit is. And then you get into this situation where people are just buying carbon credits to offset using non-renewables, but they're still using a lot of fossil fuels. And I don't think it like actually like fixes anything. I think it just is a sort of cop out. But that's probably a different conversation, and I hope I get some flack on Twitter because it's been kind of fun to tee
You
it
can get
up
a restraining order now if you get some flack on Twitter.